Some changes in balance don't announce themselves loudly. They arrive quietly in small moments you almost dismiss. A slight hesitation before stepping off a curb, a wobble when turning too quickly, or the need to steady yourself when standing up. These moments can spark an uneasy thought. If balance is slipping, does that mean strength is fading too? And does avoiding falls now require lifting weights or pushing the body harder than it feels ready for? That concern is understandable, and you're not alone in feeling it. After 50, balance can feel more fragile even when you stay active. What's important to know is that balance isn't built on strength alone. Balance is a conversation between multiple systems working together. Muscles matter, but so do circulation, joint awareness, and how quickly the nervous system responds. If one of those systems isn't being supported, balance can feel unreliable no matter how strong you are. You may have noticed this yourself. Some people who walk daily or stay physically strong still feel unsteady at times. Meanwhile, others who don't lift weights move with surprising ease and confidence. And that difference isn't accidental. Balance depends heavily on how well the body senses position and adjusts in real time. It's less about force and more about communication. The thing that most don't realize is that after 50, circulation changes how feedback travels through the body. Blood flow supports warmth, sensation, and responsiveness in the feet and legs. When circulation slows, balance signals can feel delayed or muted. This is why balance issues often show up later in the day. You may feel steady in the morning but less sure-footed by evening. That pattern points toward circulation and nervous system fatigue rather than muscle weakness. On top of circulation, joint awareness also plays a major role. The body relies on tiny sensors in the ankles, knees, hips, and spine to know where it is in space. When those signals dull, balance becomes guesswork instead of instinct. You don't need to be injured for this to happen. Long periods of sitting, standing still, or repetitive movement can reduce joint feedback over time. The body stops checking in as clearly as it once did. Have you ever felt less stable after standing in one position for too long? That sensation isn't about strength disappearing. It's about the body losing real-time information. The nervous system ties all of this together. It decides how quickly your body reacts when you shift, turn, or stumble slightly. As we age, that response can slow if it isn't gently practiced. This doesn't mean the nervous system is failing. It means it benefits from frequent, low-pressure engagement. Balance improves when the system feels safe enough to stay alert. There's a common story many people recognize. Someone feels perfectly strong during a walk but hesitates when stepping onto uneven ground. The muscles are capable, yet the moment feels uncertain. That hesitation isn't weakness. It's the nervous system asking for clearer information. Once that clarity returns, confidence often follows. This is why strength training alone doesn't always solve balance concerns. You can build muscle and still feel unsteady if other systems aren't supported. Balance requires cooperation, not domination. This understanding can feel relieving. It means you don't have to push harder or force your body into routines that don't feel right. Support can be gentler and more sustainable. Balance-friendly movement focuses on awareness rather than effort. It invites the body to notice where it is, how it shifts, and how it responds. That awareness restores trust between the brain and the body. You may already be doing movements that help balance without realizing it. Standing up slowly, shifting weight, turning with intention, or pausing before moving. These moments matter more than they seem. One subtle example shows up in everyday routines. You step out of the shower and pause before walking. That pause allows your body to recalibrate before moving forward. Believe it or not, that moment is balance training. It's the nervous system updating itself, and it happens without strain. As we lightly touched on earlier, balance also improves when circulation is supported. Warmth in the feet and lower legs increases sensation and responsiveness, while cold or numb areas often feel less reliable for balance. This is why some people feel steadier after gentle movement rather than intense exercise. The goal isn't exhaustion, it's flow. When blood moves more freely, balance signals sharpen. Have you noticed feeling steadier after stretching or light movement? That response offers valuable insight. Your body responds to circulation's support quickly. Joint mobility plays a role here as well. Small intentional movements keep joints communicating clearly with the brain. That communication reduces stiffness and hesitation. Balance without strength training often looks quieter than expected. It's not dramatic or demanding. It fits naturally into daily life, shifting weight from one foot to the other, rotating ankles, or gently turning the head. These movements reinforce coordination without stress. They remind the body how to respond. Another moment many people recognize is when you feel most unsteady when you're rushed or distracted. And balance feels harder when attention is split. That's because balance relies on presence. The nervous system needs a bit of attention to function well. When the mind is elsewhere, balance suffers. This doesn't mean you need constant focus. It means moments of awareness make a difference. Balance improves when the body feels noticed. Have you ever felt steadier simply by slowing down? That change isn't imagined. It's the nervous system responding to safety. Fear can also affect balance. Worry about falling tightens the body and shortens reactions. That tension can make balance worse instead of better. Gentle balance support works in the opposite direction. It reassures the nervous system, and confidence grows when the body feels supported rather than tested. This is where many people find a shift. Balance becomes something to nurture, not prove. And that mindset change alone can reduce instability. Ultimately, you don't need to challenge your limits every day, as consistency matters more than intensity, and frequent gentle engagement builds reliability over time. Balance-friendly movement also supports joint health. When joints move comfortably, feedback improves. That reduces compensations that lead to instability. And over time, this approach influences posture as well. The body stands taller without effort. Weight distributes more evenly. You may notice fewer moments of hesitation. Turning feels smoother. Standing feels more grounded. These changes often happen gradually. They don't announce themselves, but they accumulate into confidence. Have you noticed that balance feels better on days when you move gently throughout the day? That pattern is meaningful. It reflects how the body prefers consistent support. Balance without strength training isn't about avoiding strength. It's about not relying on it alone. Strength becomes more useful when other systems are supported. This approach also respects energy levels. Many people after 50 feel drained by intense routines, and gentle balance work restores rather than depletes. There's a quiet empowerment in this realization. You don't have to push past comfort to improve stability. You can work with your body instead of against it. Balance is also influenced by breathing. Calm breathing steadies the nervous system. That steadiness translates into better coordination. You may notice feeling more stable when your breath is slow and even. That connection matters. It's another reminder that balance is whole body, and that daily life offers many opportunities to support it. Pausing before movement, noticing weight shifts, and moving with intention. These moments reinforce stability naturally. This doesn't require special equipment or routines. It fits into what you already do. The key is awareness, not effort. Over time, the body begins to trust itself again. That trust reduces fear, and reduced fear improves balance. As this understanding settles in, the core question changes. Do you really need to build strength to avoid falls? The answer is, not always. What you need is balance support that respects how the body works now. Circulation, joint awareness, and nervous system response matter deeply. When those are supported, strength becomes secondary rather than central. This perspective allows balance to feel achievable again. It removes pressure, and it opens space for consistency. Have you noticed that steadiness often comes from attention rather than force? That insight is powerful. It points toward a gentler path forward. Balance without strength training isn't about doing less. It's about doing what helps most. And often that help is subtle. As you move through your days, it may help to remember it's not about being strong enough, it's about being balanced. That reminder invites awareness rather than judgment. It encourages care without pressure, and it aligns with long-term comfort and stability. And if you're listening closely, you may notice something else. On days when you move with a little more intention, the body feels calmer, not just steadier, but less tense. And that matters greatly, because balance isn't only physical, it's emotional too. When the body feels rushed or braced, it becomes harder to respond smoothly. How many times has something like this happened to you? You're carrying something in your hands, trying to move quickly, and you turn a little too sharply. For a second, your body catches itself, and you feel that quick jolt of worry. Then you slow down. You set the item down, take a breath, and try again with a softer pace. And suddenly, the same movement feels easier. That doesn't mean you were weak a moment ago. It means your nervous system needed a clearer message. Safety first, then stability. This is why gentle support can be so effective after 60. It teaches the body that balance is not an emergency. It's something you can return to again and again in small ways. Over time, those small returns create a new baseline. Not perfect steadiness, but steadiness you can trust. And that trust is what reduces falls more than force alone. Every day is another chance to care for the body that's carried you this far. Keep learning, keep moving, keep believing in your own strength. Because aging isn't slowing down, it's leveling up. If today's message resonated, take a moment to subscribe, leave a thought in the comments, or share this video with someone who could use a little encouragement. Because together we're proving that aging well isn't the exception, it's the standard.